I think you need a pat on the back because you called a reverse.
I already did that. Oh, but real exciting game again. I guess it puts us with pacemakers in through our trials. I'm only joking about the pacemakers.
Well, you feel like you have them during those last 3 minutes of the game, whether you do or not.
Right.
I mean, that's they don't want us to relax.
Yeah, we get our money's worth.
Well, maybe they just don't want to show the upcoming teams what they got.
Well, don't save it for the next game until you get there.
Yeah, that's right. Don't save it until it counts.
So we got to go over the Niner game here. The Dallas
Cowboy
game here,
or Cowpie game.
Cry Boys.
That's their fan. Their fans are the Cry Boys.
They showed real well in the first half. I mean, that was one of the best first halves I've seen them play in a long time. And the only thing was that one drive by Dallas towards the end of the quarter. But all in all, the defense played great because they, as I said, they held the highest scoring offense in the NFL to, I'm saying 10 points, because the other 7 points I attribute to the interception, and it wasn't the defense's fault.
So what did you think of that first drive, Jimmy's first drive there? 7 plays, 75 yards, and a touchdown?
Yeah, too easy. Yeah, it seemed like every play was a first down.
Yeah, I watched that because that's what I was thinking. I watched it, and there was a couple of short runs, but it was 7 plays, 75 yards. And a touchdown. That's pretty cool. I'll take that.
Yeah, it looked too easy.
I'd like to see 3 or 4 of them back to back.
Yeah. I think, what was it? Wisnowski punted once or twice during the game?
Yeah, he didn't punt until the second half, did he?
Yeah, exactly. Which is great news.
Yes.
Which is great news. And Robbie Gould was
holy moly,
pretty sharp too. Couple over
52-yarder, man. Boom.
That was, and that's without Juice holding it.
Yeah, well, he had his old holder back.
Yeah. But as I said before,
he played the first half. He just didn't punt the ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm scared that Bosa, we'll need him, and he had a good game. But you know who I was also watching, and he had an excellent game because he had push up the middle. DJ Jones.
Yeah, he's really coming around.
Yeah, and Greenlaw had a couple of good stops there too. He's showing that he hasn't played much this year because he's spry out there. He's got some pretty good quickness going.
Well, he's like a freight train. When he hits somebody, they go down.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he looked pretty good, and
Well, the
the
whole defensive line looked good. Armstead looked good.
I
Ebucom
watched
looked
Arms.
good.
There's one thing that frustrates me about Armstead is that I've watched him a couple replays, game replays, and he'll take a play off.
Yeah.
He'll take a play off, and that bothers me, especially when you have so many defensive linemen backing you up. You give it 110%, and if you get tired, you come out.
Well, they just don't take him out. DJ Jones gets to come out and rest. They don't let Armstead do that.
Well, they need to, because he
Yeah.
takes. There are a couple times where I saw him where he was just standing around looking back in the backfield and stuff, and it bothered me.
Well, next
But-
year we'll get the monster back, and then we'll have 3 interior rushers.
Get the monster back. Who?
Yeah. Number 99.
What?
The kid
You
we
think they're-
drafted, and he was out because he had
Oh,
knee
Kinlaw.
surgery.
Kinlaw.
Yeah, Kinlaw.
Okay.
I call him the monster.
I thought you were talking Buckner, or
Oh no.
the guy who we lost in free agency. Yeah, Kinlaw.
I'd rather have DJ Jones than Buckner. I'd rather have Armstead than Buckner.
Yeah. But Kinlaw, he's got a show next year.
Yep.
But it's going to be good that we're going to have basically the whole defense was back this game, and it showed.
Yes.
It showed.
It was the best passing defense we had all year long.
True. And that's because we were getting a good push up front to where he
We've also
couldn't
got a lot of talent on the.
Yeah, but if a quarterback has 10 seconds to stand back there, I don't care how good your defensive backs are. And
you can only cover people for so long.
Plus, you can have outside pressure, but you have to have that pressure up the middle, because if you don't have someone in his face, he's just looking downfield all he wants. So, yeah, pressure up the middle.
Yeah. And you need to keep him inside. You don't want to run around behind him and leave that escape route open there. Right. And they did a real good job of that Sunday.
Yeah, contained him.
Yep.
Contained him.
Don't give them any open doors to jump through.
Right. Now, I did praise the defense and said that they played a hell of a game, except for the last 32 seconds. They played that very
I love
poorly.
that last 32 seconds of the game. That was my favorite play.
Yeah, but they played that horribly. They let them get out of bounds too easily with too much of a gain. And then the first play where they completed the pass over the middle and then lateraled, everybody got sucked in, and I'm sitting there going, it's over the middle. Don't just have one guy or two tackle, and you got to protect the sidelines. But when Prescott did his little scamper, they had finally put defensive backs along the sideline, and they showed that they can still stop them when they're running up the middle like that. And thank you, Dak, for going down too late. One, he went down about 15, 16 yards instead of 10, 12. And then giving the ball to your center, thinking that he could just snap it right away.
Yeah.
So, and the officials were pretty clear on it. That's the end of the ball game, folks.
Yeah, they didn't hang around after they said the game's over, did they?
Oh, they got out of there quick, and I guess there was some bottles thrown at them and everything like that.
Oh, they threw them at the 49ers too.
Yeah. Well,
there's a picture of them throwing trash at
Trent Williams.
Yeah, at Williams.
Yeah, and
that was his first playoff win. You think a guy around and as good as he is, he'd have a few of those.
That was in every game happening at the end of the game at Kezar Stadium. Kezar was famous for bottles being thrown at the opposing team officials after games.
Well,
Kezar.
At least it's not the Bildo crew.
No. But yeah, it was a very good, very well played game. Wish we could have continued to score in the second half. And our running game seemed to bog a little bit in the second half. But yeah, Elijah Mitchell sure has shown that he's the real deal, though.
Yes, he did. He has. Could you imagine him and Mostert in the same backfield?
Well, that's what I was going to. He actually, the way he slashes through the line, he reminds me a lot of Mostert. He reminds me a lot of Mostert. I think he is a little bit stronger runner and is able to run through more people than Mostert.
I think
Mostert was more of a finesse.
He just doesn't have the all-out speed that Mostert has.
Yeah,
he's not far away from it, but he's not slow by any means.
Not many people have the speed of Mostert.
No.
So
there's a reason they call him Mosterati.
I think you're the only one that calls him that.
Oh no, one of the retired football players. It's an announcer calls him that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So
that's where I got it from.
There you go. There you go. Well, now you've been hearing the rumors, haven't you, about they're not 100% sure that Garoppolo is going to be ready with his shoulder.
You want to put some money on that?
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, but we'll have to see.
It'd be nice if Green Bay got ready for Lance.
Yeah, well, I think it may be a way of forcing Green Bay to
do that, huh?
To practice for the
well, they saw him last time we played him. They got to see Lance.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he played in that game.
I don't remember. Maybe 1 or 2 series or something.
Yeah, he didn't play much, but he did play.
Yeah.
And he threw a long touchdown.
Huh. Well,
so, it's got to be on their mind.
All righty. Well, that's all I have to say about
who's your offensive and defensive players of the game?
But was that the players of the game? I'd have to say Elijah Mitchell and DJ Jones. Jones.
The whole offensive line I thought did really well. My offensive player of the game, of course, is the wild card, Debo. And he wasn't near as active as he was in the game previous to this one, but he came through when we needed it. And defensive player of the game, other than the whole defensive line, including all the guys that came in and out, was Thomas, because they didn't throw at him.
Yeah.
I thought that right there is telling us who they're afraid of. And so
could be.
And you never heard his name hardly at all.
Yeah.
Which is really good for a defensive back.
It could also be that they also gave him safety help on every play. Because the only time that he's really getting beat was deep. So if they were giving him safety help every
well, they weren't
play. So
yeah, they weren't.
Yeah.
And I think the game ball, of course, goes to D'Amico Ryans
Just
for his
the
defensive
10
team.
points only. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to do that to the number one scoring team in the
Yep.
NFL,
Yep.
that's awesome.